What's up guys, Wolf here with another Pokemon video. I'm going to be going over a little bit more with the Dragon Cup competition getting ready to happen in 5 days. I just kind of want to go over like, one, how to register for it. I'm going to go over the rules that are on Cerebi, and then kind of talk about like what to expect and kind of how to team build around like what we're going to be allowed to use. So, first off, to register for the Dragon Cup, you're going to need to go to your Versus. You need to go to Battle Stadium. You'll need an internet connection to do this. Alrighty. And then you're going to go to Online Competitions. Participate in a official competition. And then, well, bam, Dragon Cup Masters Division. I'm guessing everyone's going to start with a 1500 rating. It'll last from the 10th to the 13th. You can do 15 battles per day. So, that's not really asking for too much, and since it's singles, and it's only 3 Pokemon per match, they're going to go pretty quickly. So, you should be able to get your 15 matches in a day. I suggest doing it. I mean, why not? You're gonna have a chance to win. That's just gonna get you higher ranking. I don't know what the rewards and stuff are yet. So if we go here, we can check the regulations. Okay, so alright, 7 minutes, total time 20, maximum 15 per day. All that good stuff. Special Pokemon allowed, which means, okay, so on Cerebi, if I bring up Cerebi, it's single battles, Pokemon restrictions, available national decks, Pokemon must have a Galar or battle ready mark. So if you bring something over from your Pokemon Go or Pokemon Home, they need to have the weird starred battle mark that you can get from the battle tower, and that Pokemon will be usable. Restricted Pokemon, 1 per team, which means all the nice legendaries that you get. I've got my box organized with them, so I'll show you what those are. So let's just go. Let's go see what legendaries we can use. And we'll kind of go over like who's good, who to probably expect to see a lot of, and then we'll go from there. Alright. So as you guys saw in my last video, this is the team I was running. I've made a couple of edits, like I've got rid of Gyarados for Landorus. I've got my Blastoise that I was using on my Misty's team, which surprisingly did really good, so I was like, yeah, well, I'll try it out. I still have Drapion, and then I've got my core 3 that I've been doing extremely well with, so yeah. But here's all the legendaries you can use outside of, I don't have the Shield Dog, and I don't have, oh, who's the other one I'm missing? I am missing, Cosmog and Cosmiom. Those two can be used, but I do not think that you will be seeing those used. It'll either be Solgaleo or Lunala is who you'll be seeing. I don't know if the fusion versions are available. It doesn't say they're not. Like, it doesn't have them listed. Actually, this guy is not allowed either, because he is a mythical Pokemon. So you have all these, the Shield Dog, and then the Cosmog ones. But your fusible Pokemon are going to be Kyurem with either Reshiram or Zekrom, and then you're going to have Calyrex with either his Spectre or Galastrix horse, which can fuse also. And then you have the Necrozma with Solgaleo or Lunala. So you've got, I don't know if the fusion ones are going to be allowed. We'll find out, because I'm pretty sure once you go in, you're just not stuck with that team. You can switch it out if something's not working for you, which is not a bad idea. Keeping your options open is not bad. But The legendaries, I would probably expect to see. I don't have Palkia either. It's okay. The legendaries I would expect to see. The fusions, if they're allowed. Yveltal, maybe Mewtwo, but the thing about Mewtwo is there's a lot of coverage for Mewtwo. So, but Mewtwo is like a wild card. It can go physical. It can go special. Its move list is ridiculously big. So, you might see Kyogre or Groudon just because of weather. But I mean, there's still there's so many weather setters now. So, Giratina could be an interesting one to see. The origin form is the more offensive version of it, and its normal state's more bruiser, so it can take a hit and then probably dish it back out to you. Lugia is another one that is very bulky. A lot of these Pokemon are kind of like, if you let me set up on you, I will sweep your team. But if you start in on them early, they don't do so much damage, so you might be able to get past them. Or use them as setup fodder if they don't have a move that's good against your team, so. But, I don't know if we'll see Xerneas. Xerneas is much more of a doubles Pokemon. You might see Solgaleos. Zygarde is still a singles or a doubles Pokemon. Ho-Oh is probably one you might see quite a bit of. Since Mega Rayquaza is not in the game, I don't know if Rayquaza will get as much love as it does in singles. And then Eternatus. I've never actually used this Pokemon. I literally caught it and then that was it. So, but its typing is really good though. It's not weak to Fairy, but still has its weakness to Dragon, Ice, Psychic, Ground. But it gets some crazy. I'm pretty sure Dynamax Cannon does like double damage if they're Dynamaxed. I don't remember. The user unleashes a strong beam and form its core. The move deals twice the damage of yeah, so it's just like our dog's sword move. If they're Dynamaxed, it's going to do a base power of 200, which is a ridiculous amount. Which we are using our dog at the moment. But surprisingly, in the matches that I was doing with my friend, I didn't bring him very much. I was either going between these two and then just a third to fill in the spot. So, the Tapus might be noticeable just because of the entry with the their surges. So setting terrain up for specific Pokemon on your team. So like, if you're to use like Tapu Fini, she sets up the Misty terrain, which means your team, no one can receive status effects. So someone who's trying to set up, like Blastoise, getting paralyzed or burned or something like that, it can't happen because of the Misty terrain. So that's another thing to take into consideration of. Tapu Lele, I think she does a Psych Surge. That prevents priority moves that are offensively used against you, as long as your Pokemon are touching the ground, which is pretty beneficial. That really shuts down Prankster types. So, and then you have the Grassy Surge one, but it's the Tapu Bulu. But I think Rillaboom is just a superior Pokemon to him because of Grassy Glide, Fake Out, all that good stuff. So, but it'll be interesting. Like, singles is a whole new game compared to doubles. So, and especially since we get one restricted Pokemon, people can do some crazy team builds. When building a team, though, I try to go as well-rounded as possible. I really don't want my typing to overlap, just so they're not sharing too many common weaknesses, and I want my team to kind of synergize together. Like, Yawn is a very, very annoying move that I've seen a lot in singles when I was doing ranked matches. So that was one of my reasons for picking Tapu Koko, was to just, like, I have a lot of team, like, almost everyone on my team has a buff move, so I want to set up on you, and Yawn just kind of shuts it down, because I need to switch out, or my next turn, I need to kill whatever's there, and then I fall asleep. Unless you're holding a Lumberry, then it doesn't matter. So Tapu Koko made super sense for my team. Now my team is very physical heavy, so even Tapu Fini wouldn't be too bad because of the Misty, so I'd avoid being paralyzed or burned. But there's just those considerations, like, yeah, the legendaries are super nice, but if the team doesn't work together, then you're probably not going to win if someone's got a cohesive team that works off one another. So that's just something to keep in mind. I imagine most of the people that are going to be on the online competition are pretty decent with PvP, because I mean that's really the people who are going to pay attention to doing it. It's not something you could just see, just like, I didn't see this until I was loading up my Switch and I saw the Dragon Cup thing, and it was from like a week ago. And I was like, well, that looks interesting. And I was like, hey, online competition in like 7 days. I was like, oh, well, okay. Never done one of these before. That sounds fun. I want to do this. So, another thing you want to do is, if you're using any of these legendaries, they're most likely not going to have perfect stats, and most of them are going to probably need to be boosted to 100 and have bottle caps used on them at the battle tower, so they can have those perfect stats, because you're going to want every little bit of extra stats you can get when doing online competitions, because that can make a huge difference. Like when we did the last video, my Tapu Koko wasn't, like, as you can see, his special attack was like the worst it could be, so like he should have been doing way more damage than he was doing, so, which can alternately just completely change how the battle goes. So just something to keep in mind. I had to get my Zacian to 100, I had to get Landers to 100, so yeah, there's just a lot of things to think about when you're building a team. So while yes, it's nice to pick one of these restricted Pokemon, I would not suggest trying to rely on them as much as you want to. Like, right now, the way my team's set up, I'm happy to really bring anybody as long as they're covering each other pretty well and I have an answer from my opponent's team. So, and you also got to think, when you're seeing that team preview, you have to, like, I know you've got like, what, a minute and 10 seconds to decide on your team. You need to start quickly looking at, okay, this Pokemon of mine is good against this, this, and this, or they have a Pokemon that's good against this, 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 and this on my team. You need to really take those into consideration, because if you're bringing in 2 of your 3 and they've got really good cover on like over half their team, that's going to be a problem for you. You need to it's kind of like mind games too. So like, they're going to expect me to bring this because they have good coverages, so if I bring this, it might be neutral damage, but you're not taking super effective hits. So there's the give and take of it. So team preview and your lead are very super critical things. So you need to, one thing, watch out for Pokemon with the Prankster ability, because they're going to taunt you, set up screens, thunder waves, burns if they're ghosts, mostly like Sableye and stuff. But most pranksters are going to be setting up screens. I don't think Tailwind will be too much of that's more of a doubles move. It's mostly going to be screens that you're going to be seeing with support type Pokemon. You might even see some like Baton Pass stuff, but with it only being 3, it's kind of a little bit more predictable. So running something with like Taunt can really hurt somebody's stuff, especially if they don't have Prankster and you've got Taunt. Like, Tapu Koko's, he's super fast, so like, if their support's not fast, I can completely, like, once he taunts them, what are they going to do? Because it's mostly what they're there to do, so if they can't set up, that's a useless Pokemon sitting there. So one, I'm either going to get free damage, which is Tapu Koko spamming Thunderbolt or Dazzle Beam, or I can Volt Switch into something on them at that point that I know that they're not going to be hitting me with any decent moves, and I can set up on them, so whatever they bring in, I can just take out one shot. So, but I would imagine you're probably going to see the dogs a lot, mostly because their moves are really nice against Dynamax Pokemon, especially this one too. But yeah, like, think about abilities. Go to whatever Pokemon site that you go to look at their stats and whatnot, and see what their hidden abilities are. Like, Luna's got Shadow Shield's really nice. It's like multi-skill for Dragonite. Like, the first, it doesn't even have to be super quick, just the first hit that this Pokemon takes is automatically cut in half, so that's super nice. Full Metal Body, no matter what it is, his stats cannot be lowered by anything, which is also super nice. Fairy Aura boosts fairy damage. Power Construct is just nice because if Zygarde reaches half, then it goes into its true form and its HP like doubles. So it just becomes even more of a beast. And if you got like a Dragon Dance or something set up, it's really hard to deal with. So I don't know what Ho-Oh's is. Rayquaza's airlock is nice just against weather teams, but like I said, I don't know if you'll see Rayquaza's too much, just because without its Mega Form, it's there. Then Groudon, I don't think has one. This just boosts Dark type moves. He's actually interesting. I don't know if they're gonna let us use the Fuse version or not, or it's just gonna be Calyrex, but I think he's got like Unnerve. But if you've got him fused, then he's got Unnerve, and then like whatever their move is when they knock out a Pokemon, either boosts their special attack if it's the Ghost one, or boost their physical attack if it's the Ice one. I don't know if you have one. I know Lugia gets multi-scale, which is really nice. And then I think he only comes with Levitate. And then Turbo Blaze, I think, just boosts fire type moves. Kind of like Terravolt boosts electric moves. Oh, moves can be used on the target regardless of its ability, which is super nice. So like, say you use a fire move and they got Flash Fire, it doesn't matter. It ignores that ability. So they're still going to get hit by a fusion player. So that's actually really decent. Prison Armor. I think this just reduces the damage you take in general, and then I think Mewtwo gets unnerved, so they can't use berries. So it's taken as it is. Items you're probably going to see a lot of, just like in most Dynamax cases, you're probably going to see like weakness policies. You're going to see focus sashes, lumberries. If a legendary holds a specific item like these guys do, or him, they'll probably most likely be holding those, which is a good indicator because then you know that that Pokemon's not holding like a Life Orb, they're not holding a Focus Sash or a weakness policy, so you can kind of capitalize on that. Let's see here, what other items to kind of wear out? Leftovers, you'll probably see them really stally Pokemon. Choice Band, could be a Choice Band, Choice Scarfs are definitely something you can run into. If a Pokemon's running Trick, kind of like the Rotoms, Sableye, kind of watch out for those because you might be doing something and then they're going to use Trick to either put like a eject button on your Dynamax Pokemon, so whenever they hit you, it ejects you out. Not as prevalent in singles as it is doubles, because in doubles you'll have that other Pokemon to hit them to make them do it. So they're most likely going to be like, say I have like Zacian out, and I've got my Rusted Sword, and then Sableye does Trick and puts Choice Specs on me. It's just completely neutered me because now I'm locked into one move that I'm going to be using, and I'm boosting my special attack, and all my moves are physical. So there, it just ruined me right there. So berries can be a thing. Like if your Pokemon, you know, you're wanting to bring it in against something, or you know you want it to just take a hit from something, berries that reduce like damage from water, rock, stuff like that, those are all good to use. Evilites are mostly for Pokemon that need to evolve. I don't know if you'll see too many of those, to be honest. Like maybe Dusknoir, but that's more of a doubles Pokemon. I don't really know what you would do for singles. I'd imagine you might see a few Ultra Beasts. Because in a singles thing, they have a little bit more freedom of switch-ins or leading, and they can get their Beast Beast rolling pretty nicely if it starts going their way. So you got to be careful of that. But yeah. We'll see what the competition's going to be like. I've never done one before, so it'll be interesting to record the videos. I don't know how long they're going to be, but I'll probably just do my 15 matches and just be done. I don't know if you'll see the dogs or not. You might see the genies. So expect to see, you might even see the birds, like competitive on him. And then Defiant on Zapdos is really nice, so if they say that you're bringing Intimidate like Landorus, that might be a thing that they might lead with, just to get those boosts, which, I mean, if this happens, then it's just probably going to start clearing through your team. Pokemon like Cloyster, don't underestimate. As you've seen, Shell Smash Cloyster can go through an entire team very quickly. So, Moxie can be a scary thing if that gets going. I don't know if Urshifus will be that prevalent or not. The dark and like they're both good, like they're both extremely good Pokemon, and they're both single target type Pokemon. So don't get me wrong, you could still highly see them either still running their Choice Band set, their Focus Sash set, or their Choice Scarf set. That's just something. He's just a really good overall Pokemon, so it's just something. Sorry, you should expect to see. A Charizard can be a thing. Bulbasaur or Venusaur and Blastoise. Their Gigantamaxes make it to where they put up like a damage over time thing for like 5 turns, and it does 10 to 20% of your HP each time it goes off, so that can rack up real fast. So yet again, something else to think about. There's a lot of considerations on team building, so yeah. And you can always go to Smogon and hit like the single type tiers, and it'll bring up a list, especially with like the legendaries, so you can make it a little easier to pick out one. I'll leave a link to Cerebi and Smogon in the video for this one. But yeah, just make sure that when you're building your team, that one, you're not heavily relying on your legendary too much, and that your team really works well together. Like, you want a good balance of typing, you want a good balance of coverage moves for them, and singles you're going to get away with switching out a lot more. So that's another thing to pay attention to. And it's all going to come down to mind games and predictions, like it's always been for Pokemon. And yeah, so I just wanted to do this little thing that I thought would be helpful. I'm hoping that I do well in this competition. I'm kind of building another team just to see how it does, and then kind of go with whatever one I think I might enjoy the most. Or whatever 3 is doing really good in the other team, I might just remove like the other 3 and just use those 6 together. So I'd be like, hey, I'll just pick between these 3, and that's what works. So, but yeah, definitely like some people could be running some weird builds. Like no one's gonna expect a physical Blastoise. No one ever expects. It's like, yeah, Shell Smash, blah blah. It's probably gonna do like Flash Gun or something. No, I'm going for Earthquakes and stuff like that. So it's like I got coverage for like electric types. So. And I got Ice Punch, so I got coverage against grass types. So I've got my weaknesses covered. So yeah, but thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully I see some of you guys in the competition. I think that'd be pretty fun. And then tell me like what you got, like what legendaries you guys are going to be using or consider using and stuff like that, and what kind of builds you're wanting to do. I would love to hear like ideas and stuff like that. I'm pretty happy with what I got right now. I've been tempted to try out maybe like Lunala and stuff, just because I like its ability and whatnot. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed, do it. It's awesome. It's free. And it makes me feel good. And like I said, leave a comment down below on like what legendaries you guys are using, and hit a like on that video. And if you got any questions or anything else, just leave it down a comment down below, and I will answer it for you the best I can. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.